Caesar! 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 Caesar!
Home, you idle creatures! Get you home! Is this a holiday?
Sir!
Speak!
We make holiday to see Caesar and rejoice in his triumph!
Wow! Rejoice! What conquest brings he home? You blocks, you stones, you worse than senseless thing! Oh, you hard hearts, you cruel men of Rome! Knew you not Pompey? And do you now strew flowers in his way that comes in triumph over Pompey's blood? Begone!
Let no images be hung with Caesar's trophies. I'll about and drive away the vulgar from the streets. So do you too, where you perceive them thick. These growing feathers plucked from Caesar's wing will make him fly an ordinary pitch. Who else would soar above the view of men and keep us all in servile fearfulness?
Where the ides of March, where the ides of March.
Huh? Who calls?
Bid every noise be still, peace yet again.
What man is that?
A soothsayer bids Caesar beware the Ides of March.
Huh.
Fellow, come from the throng, look upon Caesar.
What sayest thou to me now? Speak yet again.
Beware the Ides of March!
He is a dreamer. Let us leave him. Pass.
Brutus, I do observe you now of late. I have not from your eye that gentleness and show of love as you have wont to have. You bear too stubborn and too strange a hand over your friend that loves you.
Cassius, be not deceived.
Well, Brutus, I've much mistook your passion.
I do fear the people choose Caesar for their king.
Aye, do you fear it? Then must I think you would not want it so.
Would not, Cassius, yet I love him well.
I know that virtue to be in you, Brutus, as well as I do know your outward favor. I was born free of Caesar, so were you. We both have fed as well, and we can both endure winter's cold as well as he. Why, man, he doth bestride the narrow world like a colossus, and we petty men walk under his huge legs and peep about to find ourselves dishonorable graves. Men sometimes are masters of their fate. Their fault, dear Brutus, is not in their stars, but in ourselves that we are underlings. Brutus and Caesar. What should be in that Caesar? Why should that name be sounded more than yours? Write them together, it is as fair a name. Sound them, it doth become the mouth as well. Weigh them, it is as heavy. Conjure 'em. Brutus will start a spirit as soon as Caesar.
Now I have thought of this, and of these times what you have said I will consider, and find both time meet to hear and answer such high things. Till then, noble friend. Caesar's done. The games are done. He's returning.
Antonius!
Caesar!
Let me have men about me that are fat, sleek-headed men, and such as sleep o' nights. Yon Cassius has a lean and hungry look. He thinks too much. Such men are dangerous.
Fear him not, Caesar. He's not dangerous. He is a noble Roman and well-given.
Would he were fatter. But I fear him not. Oh, come on my right hand, for this ear is deaf, and tell me truly what thou thinkst of him.
You pulled me by the cloak. Would you speak with me?
Hi, Casca. Tell us what hath chanced today.
Why, there was a crown offered him, and being offered him, he put it by with the back of his hand, thus. and then the people fell a-shouting.
What was the second noise for?
Why, for that too.
They shouted thrice. What was the last cry for?
Why, for that too.
Was the crown offered him thrice?
Aye, Mary was, and he put it by thrice. Every time gentler than other, and at every putting by, mine honest neighbors shouted.
Who offered him the crown?
Why, Antony.
Will you dine with me tomorrow?
Aye, if I be alive, and your mind hold, and your dinner worth the eating.
Good, I will expect you.
And so it is. For this time I will leave you. Tomorrow, if you please, to speak with me.
Till then, think of the world. Why, Brutus, thou art noble, yet I see thy honorable metal may be wrought from that it is disposed. For who so firm that cannot be seduced? Caesar doth bear me hard, yet he loves Brutus. If I were Brutus now and he were Cassius, he should not humor me. I will this night in several hands in at windows throw, as if they came from several citizens' writings, all pertaining to the great opinion that Rome holds of his name, wherein obscurely Caesar's ambition shall be glanced at. And after that, let Caesar seat him sure, for we will shake him, or worse days endure.
Good evening, Casca. Why are you breathless?
Are not you so moved when all the sway of earth shakes like a thing unfirm? Oh, Cicero, I have seen tempests when the scalding winds have rived the knotty oaks, and I have seen the ambitious ocean swell and rage and foam to be exalted with the threatening clouds, but never till tonight, never till now did I go through a tempest-dropping fire. Either there is some civil strife in heaven, or else the world, too saucy for the gods, incenses them to send destruction.
It is indeed a strange supposed time. Comes Caesar to the capital tomorrow?
He doth.
Good night then, Casca. This disturbed sky is not to walk in.
Farewell, Cicero.
Who's there?
A Roman?
Casca by your voice.
Oh, Cassius, what night is this? Whoever knew the heavens menaced so?
Those that have known the earth so full of faults. For my part, I have walked about the streets, submitting me unto the perilous night, and thus embraced Casca. As you see, have bared my bosom to the thunderstone, and when the cross-blue lightning seemed to open the breast of heaven, I did present myself, even in the aim and very flash of it.
But wherefore did you so much tempt the heaven?
You are dull, Casca. Now, could I name to thee a man most like this dreadful night, that thunders, lightnings, open graves, and roars, as doth the lion in the Capitol. A man no mightier than myself, or me in personal action, yet prodigious grown and fearful as these strange eruptions are.
'Tis Caesar you mean, is it not, Cassius?
Let it be who it is.
Indeed, they say the senators tomorrow mean to establish Caesar as a king, and he shall wear his crown by sea and land and every place save here in Italy.
And I know where I will wear this dagger then. Cassius from bondage will deliver Cassius. Wherein you gods, you make the weak most strong. Wherein you gods, you tyrants do defeat.
So can I. So every bondman in his own hand bears the power to cancel his captivity.
And why should Caesar be a tyrant then? What trash is Rome, what rubbish, and what offal when it serves for the base matter to illuminate so vile a thing as Caesar?
Hold my hand.
There's a bargain made. Now know you, Casca, I've moved already some certain of the noblest minded Romans to undergo with me an enterprise of honorable, dangerous consequence.
Oh, stand close a while, for here comes one in haste.
Ah, 'tis Cinna. I know by his gait he is a friend. Cinna, where haste you so?
To find you out. Oh, Cassius, if you could but win the noble Brutus to our party.
Be you content, good Cinna. Take this paper. and look you lay it where Brutus may but find it. And throw this in at his window. All this done, repair to Pompey's porch where you shall find us.
Well, I will hie, and so bestow these papers as you bade me.
That done, repair to Pompey's theater. Casca, you and I will get ere day, see Brutus at his house. 3 parts of him is ours already. The entire man upon the next encounter yields him ours.
What? Lucius! Ho! Awake, I say! What? Lucius!
Hold you, my lord! Woo! The fire burneth and you taper, sir! Ooh! Searching the window for a flint, I found this paper thus sealed up, and I am sure it did not lie there when I went to bed. Woo!
Sleep again, Lucius. It is not yet day. Brutus, thou sleepest. Awake and see thyself. Shall Rome, etc., etc. Speak, strike, redress. Brutus, thou sleepest. Awake. Such instigations have been often dropped where I have took them up. Oh, Rome, I make thee promise, if the redress will follow, thy receive its full petition at the hand of Brutus.
Sir, 'tis your brother Cassius at the door, who doth desire to see you.
Is he alone?
No, sir.
Let him enter. They are of the faction. O conspiracy, shame us to show thy dangerous brow at night when evils are most free.
I think we are too bold upon your rest. Good morrow, Brutus. Do we trouble you?
I've been up this hour, awake all night. Know I these men that come along with you?
Yes, every man of them, and no man here but honors you, and every one doth wish you had but that same opinion of yourself which every noble Roman bears of you.
They're all welcome. Give me your hands all over, one by one.
And let us swear our resolution.
No, not an oath. If not the face of men, the sufferings of our souls, the time's abuse. If these be motives weak, then break off betimes and every man hence to his idle bed. What other bonds than Romans that have spoke the word and will not palter? And what other oath than honesty to honesty that this shall be? Or will we fall for it?
What of Cicero? Shall we sound him? I think he will stand very strong with us.
Oh, let us not leave him out.
Oh, let us have him, for his silver hairs will purchase us a good opinion, and by men's voices to commend our deeds.
Oh, name him not. Let us not break with him. He will never follow anything another man begins.
Then leave him out.
Indeed, he is not fit.
Shall no man else be touched, but only Caesar?
Decius, well urged. I think it is not meet Marc Antony, so well beloved of Caesar, should outlive Caesar. We shall find of him a shrewd contriver, and you know his means. If he improve them, may well stretch so far as to annoy us all, which to prevent, let Antony and Caesar fall together.
Our course will seem too bloody, Caius Cassius. To cut off the head, then hack the limbs, like wrath in death, and envy afterwards. For Antony is but a limb of Caesar. Let's be sacrificers, not butchers. We shall be called purgers, not murderers. And for Antony, think not of him, for he can do no more than Caesar's arm when Caesar's head is off.
Yet I fear him, for that an engrafted love he bears to Caesar.
Alas, good Cassius, do not think of him. If he loves Caesar, all he can do is to himself take thought and die for Caesar. Peace. Count the clock.
The clock gets stricken 3.
'Tis time to part.
But it is doubtful yet whether Caesar will come forth today or no, for he is superstitious grown of late. The unaccustomed terror of this night and the persuasion of his arguers may hold him from the capital today.
Oh, never fear that. If he be so resolved, I can o'ersway him, and I will bring him to the capital.
Morning comes upon us. We'll leave you, Brutus. And friends, disperse yourselves. But all remember what you have said and show yourselves true Romans.
Good gentlemen, look fresh and merrily. Let not our looks put on our purpose, and so good morrow to you every one.
Brutus, my lord.
Portia, what mean you so? Wherefore rise you now?
You've ungently, Brutus, stole from my bed. And yesternight at supper you suddenly arose and walked about, musing and sighing with your arms across. And when I asked you what the matter was, you stared upon me with ungentle looks. Dear my lord, make me acquainted with your cause of grief.
I am not well in health, and that is all.
Brutus is wise, and were he not in health, he would embrace the means to come by it.
And so I do, good Portia. Go to bed.
Is Brutus sick? No, my Brutus, you have some sick offense within your mind, which by the right and virtue of my place I ought to know of. And upon my knees I charm you, that you unfold to me yourself, your half. Why, you are heavy. And what men tonight have had resort to you? For here have been some 6 or 7 that did hide their faces even from darkness.
Yield not, gentle Portia.
I should not need if you were gentle Brutus. Within the bond of marriage, tell me, Brutus, is it accepted I should know no secrets that appertain to you? Am I yourself, but as it were in sort or limitation, to keep with you at meals, comfort your bed, and talk to you sometimes? Dwell I but in the suburbs of your good pleasure? If it be so, Portia is Brutus's harlot, not his wife.
You are my true and honorable wife.
If this were true, then I should know this secret. I grant I am a woman. Think you I am no stronger than my sex, being so fathered and so husbanded? Tell me your counsels. I will not disclose them.
Oh, gods, render me worthy of this noble wife. Good Portia, go in a while, and by, thy bosom shall partake the secrets of my heart.
Nor heaven nor earth hath been at peace tonight. Thrice hath Calpurnia in her sleep cried out, "Help, ho! They murder Caesar." Who's within?
What mean you, Caesar? Think you to walk forth today? You shall not stir out of your house today.
Caesar shall forth.
Caesar, I never stood on ceremonies, yet now they fright me. There is one within, besides the things that we have heard and seen. Recounts most horrid sight seen by the watch. A lioness hath whelped in the streets. Graves have yawned and yielded up their dead. Horses did neigh, and dying men did groan, and ghosts did shriek and squeal about the streets. No, Caesar, these things are beyond all use, and I do fear them.
Yet Caesar shall go forth.
When beggars die, there are no comets seen. The heavens themselves blaze forth the death of princes.
Cowards die many times before their deaths. The valiant never taste of death but once. Of all the wonders that I yet have seen, it seems to me most strange that men should fear, seeing that death, a necessary end, will come when it will come.
Alas, my lord, your wisdom is consumed in confidence. Do not go forth today. Say it is my fear that keeps you in the house and not your own. Let me, upon my knee, prevail in this.
Marc Antony shall say, I am not well, and for thy humor I will stay at home. Here's Publius Casca. He will tell them so.
Caesar, all hail! Good morrow, worthy Caesar! I come to fetch you to the Senate house.
And you are come in very happy time to bear my greeting to the senators and tell them that I will not come today.
Say he is sick.
Shall Caesar send a lie? Casca, go tell them that I will not come.
Most mighty Caesar, let me know some cause.
Calpurnia here, my wife, stays me at home. She dreamt tonight she saw my statue, which like a fountain with 100 spouts did run pure blood. And many lusty Romans came smiling and did bathe their hands in it. And these does she apply for warnings and portents and evils imminent, and upon her knee hath begged that I shall stay at home today.
This dream is all misinterpreted. The Senate have concluded to give this day a crown to mighty Caesar. If you shall send them word you will not come, their minds may change.
How foolish do your fears seem now, Calpurnia. I am ashamed I did yield to them. Give me my robe, and we, like friends, will straightway go together.
Caesar, beware of Brutus. Take heed of Cassius. Come not near sinner. Have an eye to Casca. Trust not Trebonius. Marc well Metellisimba. Decius Brutus loves thee not. Thou hast wronged Caius Ligarius. There is but one mind in all these men, and it is bent against Caesar. If thou beest not a mortal, look about you. Security gives way to conspiracy. The mighty gods defend thee, thy lover, Artemidorus. Here I will stand till Caesar pass along, and as a suitor will I give him this. Thou mayest live, O Caesar, if thou readst this letter. If not, the fates with traitors do contrive.
Lucius! Quick! Boy, run to the Senate house. Yes, bring me word, boy, if thy lord look well. Hark! Boy, what noise is that?
I hear nothing, madam.
Listen well.
Soothe, madam.
Fellow! Is Caesar yet gone to the capital?
Madam, not yet.
Why? Knowest thou any harms intended toward him?
None that I know will be, much that I fear may chance. A good morrow to you.
By me,
Caesar.
how weak a thing the heart of woman is. Oh, Brutus, the heavens speed thee in thine enterprise. The Ides of March are come.
I, Caesar, but not gone.
Hail, Caesar! Read my schedule.
Trebonius doth desire you to o'erread at his best leisure this his humble suit.
Read mine first, for it touches Caesar nearer. Read it, great Caesar.
What touches us ourselves shall be last served.
Delay not. Read it instantly, Caesar.
What? Is this fellow mad? What urge you your petitions in the street? Come to the capital.
Be sudden, for we fear prevention.
Are we all ready? What is now amiss that Caesar and his Senate must redress?
Most high, most mighty, and most puissant Caesar, Metellisimba throws before thy seat a humble heart.
I must prevent thee, Cimber. Thy brother by decree is banished. If thou dost bend and pray and fawn for him, I spurn thee like a cur out of my way.
Is there no voice more worthy than my own to sound more sweetly in great Caesar's ear for the repealing of my banished brother?
I kiss thy hand, but not in flattery, Caesar, demanding thee that Publius Cimber have an immediate freedom of repeal.
What, Brutus?
Pardon, Caesar. Caesar, pardon.
I could be well moved if I were as you. If I could pray to move, prayers would move me. But I am constant as the northern star. That I was constant, Cimber should be banished, and constant do remain to keep him so.
Oh, Caesar!
Hence wilt thou lift up Olympus?
Great Caesar!
Doth not Brutus bootless kneel?
Speak hands for me!
Et tu, Brute? Then fall, Caesar.
Liberty! Freedom! Tyranny is dead! Run hence! Proclaim! Cry it about the streets!
Some to the common pulpits yell liberty, freedom, and enfranchisement!
People and senators, be not affrighted. Fly not, stand still. Ambition's debt is paid.
Stand fast together, lest some friend of Caesar's
Talk not of standing. There is no harm intended to your person, nor no Roman else. Let only we, the doers, abide this deed.
Where's Marc Antony?
Fled to his house amazed. Men, wives, and children stare, cry out, and run as it were doomsday.
Grant that, and then were death a benefit. So are we Caesar's friends that have abridged his time of fearing death. Stoop, Romans, stoop. Let us bathe our hands in Caesar's blood, up to the elbows and besmear our swords. Then walk we forth, even to the marketplace. Let's all cry, peace, freedom, and liberty!
Stoop then and wash. How many ages here shall this our lofty scene be acted o'er, in states unborn and accents yet unknown?
How many times shall Caesar bleed in sport?
So oft as that shall be. So often shall the not of us be called the men that gave their country liberty!
What? Shall we forth?
Yes, every man away. Brutus shall lead, and we shall grace his heels with the bolder and best hearts of Rome.
Soft. Who comes here?
I know we shall have him well to friend. Welcome, Marc Antony.
Almighty Caesar, dost thou lie so low? Are all thy conquests, glories, triumphs, spoils shrunk to this little measure? Fare thee well. I know not, gentlemen, what you intend. Who else must be let blood? Who else is rank? If I myself, there is no hour so fit as Caesar's death's hour, nor no instrument of half that worth as those your swords made rich with the most noble blood of all this world. I do beseech you, gentlemen, if you bear me hard now, whilst your purpled hands do reek and smoke, fulfill your pleasure.
Oh, Antony, do not beg your death of us, though now we must appear bloody and cruel. Our arms in strength of malice, and our hearts of brother's temper, do receive you in with all kindness, love, and reverence.
I doubt not of your wisdom. Let each man render me his bloody hand. Alas, gentlemen all, what shall I say? My credit now stands on such slippery ground that one of two bad ways you must conceit me, either a coward or a flatterer. That I did love thee, Caesar, oh, 'tis true. If then thy spirit should look upon us now, shall it not grieve thee, dearer than thy death, to see thy Antony making his peace, shaking the bloody fingers of thy foes? Pardon me, Julius.
Marc Antony, I blame you not for praising Caesar so, but what compact mean you to have with us?
Well, friends am I with you all, and love you all upon this hope that you shall give me reasons why and wherein Caesar was dangerous.
Or else were this a savage spectacle. Our reasons are so full of good regards that were you, Antony, the son of Caesar, you should be satisfied.
That's all I seek. and am moreover suitor that I may produce his body to the marketplace, and in a pulpit, as becomes a friend, speak in the order of his funeral.
You shall, Marc Antony.
Brutus, a word with you. You know not what you do. Do not consent Antony speak in his funeral. Know you much the people may be moved by that which he will utter.
By your pardon, I will myself enter the pulpit first, and show the reason for our Caesar's death. What Antony shall say, I will protest. It will advantage us more than do us wrong.
I know not what may fall, I like it not.
Here is your Caesar's body, Marc Antony. You shall not, in your funeral speech, blame us, but speak all the good you can devise of Caesar, and say you do it by our permission. Else you will have no hand at all about his funeral. And you will speak at the same pulpit whereto I am going after my speech is ended.
Be it so. I do desire no more.
Prepare the body then, and follow us.
Oh, pardon me, thou bleeding piece of earth, that I am meek and gentle with these butchers. Thou art the ruins of the noblest man that ever lived in the tide of times. Woe to the hands that shed this costly blood. A curse shall light upon the limbs of men. Domestic fury and fierce civil strife shall cumber all the parts of Italy. Blood and destruction shall be so in use that Caesar's spirit, ranging for revenge with Ate by his side, come hot from hell, shall in these confines with a monarch's voice cry havoc and let slip the dogs of war, that this foul deed shall smell above the earth, with carrion men groaning for burial.
We will be satisfied!
Compel me,
Let
friends,
us
and give me audience!
satisfied!
Be patient till the last. Romans, countrymen, and lovers, hear me for my cause, and be silent that you may hear. For I say that Brutus's love to Caesar was no less than his. If then that friend demand why Brutus rose against Caesar, here is my answer. Not that I loved Caesar less, but that I loved Rome more. As Caesar loved me, I weep for him, I honor him. But as he was ambitious, I slew him. For who here is so vile that would not love his country? If any, speak now for him I have offended. I pause for reply.
None, Brutus, none.
Then none have I offended. Here is his body, mourned by Marc Antony, though he had no hand in his death, shall receive the benefit of his dying, a place in the commonwealth, as which of us shall not? With this I depart, as I slew my best lover for the good of Rome. I shall have the same dagger for myself when it shall please my country to need my death.
Live, Brutus!
My countrymen,
Live!
good,
Brutus,
good countrymen, let me depart alone, and for my sake stay here with Antony.
oh, this Caesar was a tyrant. We are blessed that Rome is rid of him.
Peace! Let us hear what Antony can say!
You gentle Romans! Friends! Romans! Countrymen! Lend me your ears. I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. The evil that men do lives after them. The good is oft interred with their bones. So let it be with Caesar. The noble Brutus hath told you Caesar was ambitious. If it were so, it was a grievous fault, and grievously hath Caesar answered it. Yet I come to speak in Caesar's funeral. He was my friend, faithful and just to me. But Brutus says he was ambitious. And Brutus is an honorable man. Yet did this in Caesar seem ambitious? When that the poor have cried, Caesar hath wept. Ambition should be made of sterner stuff. Yet Brutus says he was ambitious. And Brutus is an honorable man. Bear with me. My heart lies in the coffin, there with Caesar, and I must pause till it come back to me.
Methinks there is much reason in his sayings.
Caesar has had great wrong. Passing masters, I fear a worse come in his place.
Poor soul! His eyes are red as fire with weeping. There's not a nobler man in Rome than Antony.
But yesterday, the word of Caesar might have stood against the world. Now lies he there, and none so poor to do him reverence. But here is a parchment with the seal of Caesar. I found it in his closet. 'Tis his will. Oh, have patience, gentle friends. I must not read it. It is not meet you know how Caesar loved you. You are not wood, you are not stones, but men. Being men, hearing the will of Caesar, it will inflame you. It will make you mad. 'Tis good you know not you are his heirs, for if you should, what would come of it?
Read the will!
If you have tears, prepare to shed them now. You all do know this mantle. For Brutus, as you know, was Caesar's angel. Judge, oh you gods, how dearly Brutus loved him. This was the unkindest cut of all. These are gracious drops. Kind souls, what? Weep you when you but behold our Caesar's vesture wounded? Look you here. Here is himself, marred as you see with traitors. Hey, stay, countrymen.
Let us hear the noble Antony.
Good.
We'll follow him.
We'll die with them.
Good friends, sweet friends, let me not stir you up to such a sudden flood of mutiny. I am no orator as Brutus is, but were I Brutus, and Brutus Antony, there were an Antony, would ruffle up your spirits, put a tongue in every wound of Caesar, that should move the stones of Rome to rise in mutiny.
Away! Seek the conspirators.
Yet, hear me, countrymen. Yet hear me speak. Why? Friends, you have forgot the will I told you of?
Oh, most true. The will.
Here is the will, and under Caesar's seal. To every Roman citizen he gives, to every man, 75 drachmas. Hey, yet hear me with patience. Moreover, he hath left you all his arbors, private walks, and new planted orchards on this side Tiber. He hath left them you and to your heirs forever, common pleasures to walk abroad and recreate yourselves. Here was a Caesar. When comes such another?
Never! To burn his body in the holy place and with the brand! Fire the traitors!
He greets me well, your master Pindarus. Either in his own change, or by ill officers, he hath given me some reason to wish things done undone. But if he be at hand, I shall be satisfied. A word. Lucilius, how he received you?
With courtesy and with respect enough, but not with such familiar instances, nor with such free and friendly conference as he hath used of old.
Thou hast described a hot friend cooling. Ever note, Lucilius, when love begin to sicken and decay, it useth an enforced ceremony. Here he comes.
Most noble brother, you have done me wrong.
Speak your grief softly, Cassius. Enlarge your griefs, and I will give you audience.
That you have wronged me doth appear in this.
Let me tell you, Cassius, you yourself are much condemned to have an itching palm, to sell and march your offices for gold to undeservers.
I, an itching palm. You know that you are Brutus that speaks this, or by the gods this speech were else your last.
The name of Cassius honors this corruption, and chastisement doth therefore hide his head.
Chastisement?
Remember March? The Ides of March, remember? Did not great Julius bleed for justice' sake? Did not one of us that touched his body, and not for justice? Did not one of us that struck the foremost man of all this world but for supporting robbers? Shall we now contaminate our fingers with base bribes, and so much trash as may be grasped thus? I had rather be a dog and bay at the moon than such a Roman.
Brutus, bait not me, I'll not endure it. You forget yourself to hedge me in. I may do that I may be sorry for.
You have done that you should be sorry for. When Marcus Brutus grows so covetous, the lock-up rascal counters from his friends. Be ready, gods, with all your thunderbolts. Dash him to pieces.
I denied you not.
You did.
I did not, but he was a fool that brought back my answer. Brutus hath ripped my heart. A friend should bear his friend's infirmities, but Brutus makes mine greater than they are.
I do not till you practice them on me.
You love me not.
I do not like your faults.
A friendly eye could never see such faults.
Flatterers would not, though they appear as high as huge Olympus.
Come, Antony, come! Revenge yourself alone on Cassius, for Cassius is weary of the world, hated by the one he loves, braved by his brother. Oh, I could weep my spirit from mine eyes. There my dagger, and here my naked breast. I that denied thee gold will give my heart instead. Strike as thou didst as Caesar, for I know when thou didst hate him worse, thou lovest him better than ever thou lovest Cassius.
Sheath your dagger. Oh, Cassius, I am sick of many griefs. No man bears sorrow better. Portia is dead.
Portia?
She is dead.
Oh, insupportable and touching loss. Upon what illness?
Impatient of my absence. Had grief with Marc Antony the tidings came. With this she fell distract, and her attendants absent, swallowed fire.
Died so.
Even so.
Oh, you immortal gods.
Speak no more of her.
Portia, art thou gone?
I pray you no more. I have received letters that Marc Antony has come down upon us with a mighty force, bending their expedition towards Philippi. What think you to marching towards Philippi presently?
Think it not good.
Good reasons. Must a force give place to better? Enemy increaseth every day. We are at the height ready to decline.
Then with your will to go on, we'll along ourselves and meet them at Philippi.
The deep of night has crept upon our talk, and there's no more to say.
No more. Good night.
Good night, good brother. Who comes here? It is the weakness of mine eyes that forms this monstrous apparition, that makes my blood cold and my hair to stare. Speak what thou art.
My evil spirit, Brutus.
Why comest thou?
To tell thee that thou shalt see me at Philippi.
Why, I will see thee at Philippi then. Ill spirit, now that I've taken heart, thou vanishest. I would hold more talk with thee. Lucius, boy!
My lord!
Lucius, didst thou dream that thou didst cry out?
My lord, I do not know that I did cry out.
Sleep again, Lucius.
Prepare you, generals! The enemy comes on in gallant show. Their bloody sign of battle is hung out, and something to be done immediately.
In your bad strokes, Brutus, you give good words. Witness the whole. You may, in Caesar's heart, crying long live, hail Caesar.
Oh, Cassius! Brutus gave the word too early. His soldiers fell to spoil, while we by Antony are all enclosed.
Oh, fly further off, my lord, fly further off. Marc Antony is in your tents, my lord. Fly therefore, noble Cassius. Fly far
This
off.
hill is far enough. Look, Titinius, are those my tents where I perceive the fire?
They are, my lord.
Titinius, if thou lovest me, mount thou my horse and hide thy spurs in him.
I will be here again, even with a thought.
Pindarus, get higher in that hill and tell me what thou noticed about the field. My life has run his compass. Sara, what news?
My lord.
What news?
Titinius is enclosed round about. Oh, now they're almost on him. Now, Titinius! Oh, he's ta'en. And hark, they shout for joy.
Come down now. Behold no more. Oh, coward that I am to live so long to see my best friend ta'en. Pindarus, when I did take thee prisoner, I swore thee saving of thy life, that whatsoever I did bid thee do, thou shouldst attempt. Come now, keep thine oath. Now be a freeman, and with this sword that ran through Caesar's bowel, search this bosom. Stand not to answer. Guide thou the sword. Ugh! Caesar, thou art revenged, even with the sword that killed thee. Ugh.
So am I free. Yet would not so have been, durst I have done my will. O Cassius, far from this country, Pindarus shall run, where never Roman shall take note of him.
Oh, Cassius! Oh, brave Cassius, why didst thou send me forth? Did I not meet thy friends? And did they not put on my brows this wreath of victory, and bid me give it thee? Thy Brutus bid me give it thee, and I will do his bidding. Come apace, Brutus, and see how I regarded Caius Cassius. By your leave, gods, this is a Roman's part. Come, Cassius' sword, and find Titinius' heart.
Julius Caesar, thou art mighty yet. It turns our own swords into our proper entrails. The last of all Romans, fare thee well. It is impossible that Rome shall ever breed thy fellow. I owe this man more tears than you will see me pay.
Fly! Fly, my lord! There is no tarrying here.
Night hangs upon mine eyes, my bones would rest them in a labor to attain this hour.
Fly! Fly, my
Lady,
lord!
I will follow. Strato! Will they stay by thou master? Hold then this sword, and turn thy face away while I do run upon it. Wilt thou, Strato?
Give me your hand first. Fare you well, my lord.
Caesar, now be still. I kill thee not with half so good a will.
Strato, where is thy master?
Free from bondage, the conquerors can but make a fire of him. For Brutus only overcame himself, and no man else hath honor by his death.
This was the noblest Roman of them all. All the conspirators save only he did that they did in envy of great Caesar. He alone in a general, honest thought and common good to all made one of them. His life was gentle, and the elements in him so mixed that nature might stand up and say to all the world, this was a man! So call the fields to rest and let's away, to part the glories of this happy day.
I'm alive!
Thank you all so much for joining us for this.